That's right, the Poquoson Islanders, the defending state champions, and you see them coming out right now, and here come in blue the York Falcons, and it's going to be a good one here. Alex Johnson going to lead the troops here, and he's going to start out handing off to his tailback. He's going to come around that right end, find a hole before he's finally brought down to the secondary. That's how York likes to move the ball. They like to spread it around. They like to get it to the different playmakers and try and get that ball through the air.
Oh, yeah, York's offense very difficult to defend, especially when that passing game gets going with Johnston connecting that Logan Barter 19-yard touchdown on the slant, and York out to the quick start, running down the field with the flag there, all excited as the fans are at Bailey Field, and Poquoson now having to answer with their running game. They've got some good running backs, Dylan Hill, one of them, and of course their quarterback Chase Pender has been on the money of late. He goes over the middle, nearly connects for a touchdown, and York's defense dodges a bullet there.
That's right, but coming right back one more time, they're going to go, and this time it's going to be Anthony Honey with the interception in the end zone. Big play here. And now Johnson will pitch it to the outside. He's got a receiver. He's going to run over a couple defenders. Still going. Stretches out to the end zone just a yard short. So that'll set up this next play as the York able to punch it in for the score, leading now 14-0 here in the second quarter.
Jake Norman punching in there for York, and 2 touchdown advantage. So Poquoson now will try to get things going with that running game. You see they've got some good backs, including Dylan Hill. And now they're going to hand it off again. York defense making some pretty good stops, though. They had a big interception by Honey in the end zone. And Casey Allen, one of their other big-time players, running the football as Poquoson continues to march down the field, getting closer and closer to the end zone. And they will break through with the touchdown there. An 8-yard run by Casey Allen cuts the lead in half, 14-7 with over 6 minutes to play in the second quarter.
Yeah, you talk about a tale of two different offenses. You look at this York offense, they like to speed, they like to get it up and down the field real fast. And you talk about Poquoson, they like to run it just slowly, methodically, kind of pound and pound and pound. And right now the speed is up by a score, and they're going to get it to the outside again. That's Honey on the reception. He'll get downfield before he's brought down. Johnson dropping back, looking to his right, has a receiver wide open on the middle of the field. He'll turn it up, and he'll cross the goal line for the touchdown.
York doing an excellent job of spreading the field, as you talked about. Matt Johnson, 37-yard touchdown to Dalton Bowden. And York's lead now 2 scores. The cheerleaders are cold, but they're happy. Their team's up by 2 touchdowns on the Islanders. Poquoson, though, they're not going to go away quietly because they have too much pride and a good enough ground attack to milk the clock and stay in it, as you see, getting good blocking from those big uglies up front. And then they run the ball here with Dylan Hill up close to about the 10-yard line. They're getting closer and closer, and York's defense trying to get some kind of turnover or stop so they can get that offense back on the field and work their magic.
That's right, but you mentioned the temperature. It's cold, and just getting hit over and over by big Dylan Hill. Eventually, the York defense gives up the score, but that's our final, 35-22.
So the Islanders rushed for 313 yards, 184 and 2 touchdowns by Dylan Hill, but not enough because Alex Johnston, what a game he had, 234 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. The Region won Offensive Player of the Year with 35 total touchdowns on the year and 2,438 yards, and York continues on. Also, you got Grafton, a 20-16 winner over Chancellor. Dylan Bartels with 141 yards rushing and a touchdown.
And Cortland knocking off War Hill. War Hill having their best season. Fortunately, they lose here 20-10.
And another score, James Monroe, 56-21, ending Lafayette's season. As you see, James Monroe, great balanced attack, 321 yards rushing and 218 yards through the air. That sets up a great Region 1 Division 3 final. 2 undefeated teams, York and James Monroe. One won't be undefeated when that game is over.
That's right. It's going to be a big one. York knocking off Poquoson, last year's state champs. Let's see what York can do if they can get one.
And in Division 4 final, we've got a couple of teams with 3 losses, but they've overcome adversity and persevered. Grafton at 8-3. The Clippers having a great season here under Coach Jerry Van Ackeren, and Cortland at 8-3, a top challenger there to Grafton. So a team with some losses, but one's very, very good that will move on.